we learned some cool things from Dave. We're going to have another really cool person come up today, and he also says he's starting to work on his basketball game. I heard. I think he mentioned something about that. And you know how much we love basketball. Paul does, I do, and the whole Nachos team does. So we have Darius Somekhian from a cool company called Pear Dental. So Pear is really cool. They've helped out a lot of dentists in our community already, and they continue to do so. They're great resources and great friends. So Darius, welcome. Good to see you again.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for that awesome intro.
How's the jump shot coming?
Well, we lost in the semifinal, but I'm not in retirement.
Okay, no problem. So while we have you here, for anyone who doesn't know you, tell us about yourself, tell us about Pear Dental and what you do to make dentists' lives better. I think we lost your sound, Darius. I don't know if you could hold off 1 second. Let me just double check.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Okay, there we go. I can hear you now. Great. Sorry about that. So Darius, just let everybody know who you are and what Pear Dental does to help dentists.
Sure. I'm one of the co-founders of Pear Dental. We set aside on a mission about 6 years ago to help practice owners find an easy way to incorporate in-house specialists into their practices. We act as a matchmaker, hooking up the practice owner with a pre-screened specialist at zero cost, because we get paid through the specialist for getting the whole relationship set up and running. Aside from the introduction, we'll take care of the credentialing. We'll set up teaching the office manager how to do the billing, consent forms, all the administrative headaches that are usually there when a practice is new at starting specialty. And we're really here to solve a huge pain point of time. So
right.
Practice owners don't have to go through multiple interviews, figuring out which specialist is the right long-term fit for them. We know our specialists pretty well, and we have a good high success rate with our first specialty matching.
Excellent. I mean, this, anytime you can provide a service that helps, bring revenue or keep revenue in-house, that's always very important. And I talk to dentists all the time, and a lot of them that are practice owners, that are general practice owners, are looking to turn into a specialty practice or a multi-specialty practice, but it's a daunting task, right? It takes a lot to do that on your own. And I think that you guys making it easier, just the feedback that I've gotten from dentists that have used your service already is great. So we really appreciate what you do. Talk to me a little bit just about, kind of where you guys are doing this. Are you focusing in certain states? Are you all over the country? Are you looking for more specialists to be part of your team?
We're always looking for more specialists to be part of our team, in particular in areas that we have a void to service for certain specialties. We have probably about a 70% coverage across the whole country for all specialties. And in areas that, let's say, we lack an endodontist, we also have a small niche of advanced GPs, as we call them, who travel doing molar endo cases. So we can help in many ways.
Excellent. And I love the fact that there's no cost to the dental practice. So, you guys are compensated from the specialist. So this is something that basically any practice can implement, right? How long does it take? What's the process for them from, the moment they reach out to you to the moment that they, start having a specialist in the practice?
Yeah, assuming we have a specialist within a reasonable commute, we can get the introduction lined up within a day or two. By the time you meet with the specialist and decide you want to start the first treatment day, it's typically 2 months out from the day you have an introduction meeting, and then it's recurring 1 day a month. So this way you can offer selected dates to your patients saying, yeah, the oral surgeon is going to be in on the following month's first Monday.
Right. So the theme of today is basically one thing that you can do, everyone listening, that can improve your lives, either your money, your morale, or your marketing before the end of this year. So being able to start doing this, if you start this process today, you're really in it within 2 months or less. So that's great, Darius. So one of the things that people can do is to text PAIR. That's PAIR, like pairing two things together, not the pear that you eat. So that's PAIR, PAIR, at 215-543-6454 to learn more about this, but also connect with Darius and his team directly. So, and there's also going to be some information that gets put into the comment section if you're watching this on Facebook Live, or in the chat if you're watching this on Zoom. So what can a person do? So if I'm that practice owner, what can I start doing now to make this process even easier for me if I'm trying to add this? Is there any other things that, they may want to do with marketing? Is there any other thing that they may want to do with the current staff that they have to prepare them to become a specialty practice?
Yeah. Well, as far as money, there's really no more of a significant way that you can have an impact on the production of your practice more so than adding a specialist. Certain specialties, such as an oral surgeon 1 day a month, can easily produce $15,000 in production a day, far more than an associate can, an average associate. Their specialty certificates demand a higher fee from the insurance companies, and their private fee schedules are higher too. So even if you do have an associate that's doing specialty cases, bringing in a specialist will still be able to produce more. The other piece of advice I have is that, and this is just more of a general piece of advice, is I noticed that most dental practice owners, they don't operate their practices like a sales organization. And because they don't operate it that way, it's hard for them to incrementally increase their production, even by adding specialty.
Right.
Your office manager or treatment coordinator needs to understand how to present cases to the patient in the right fashion. There is a science to it. And the other piece of advice I have for offices, money related, is that you should take more of a data analytic approach to things. In the marketing world, we have things called KPIs and OKRs and what have you, right? Practice owners should prepare to have all that data around them before they incorporate specialty and approaching like their overall practice growth. These are numbers that they can come up with their own. Only they would know what they need to monitor best. Perhaps they have a practice consultant or a coach. They could review what those matrices would look like. From a morale perspective, adding an in-house specialist really helps build confidence in a better patient outcome, because by having a specialist there chairside with you on certain days, you can help co-diagnose certain cases, and it just makes the whole communication overall a lot easier when the specialist is just part of your practice, literally under one roof.
Right.
From a marketing standpoint, I would say don't focus on marketing new patients. This is like the biggest mistake most dental offices have, which is they market to bring in new patients. Meanwhile, they're sitting on like 5,000 charts and they've been maybe 10% active, meaning, only 10% of the patients have come in the past, let's say 6 months or a year.
Right.
And so if you build the proper hygiene program and you have the right patient track talks and the right communication to recall those patients, and there's your production right there. You don't need to go spend more money to bring in new patients and turn it into a situation where you're just not growing. You're spinning your wheels, so to speak. And you can approach that in the most efficient manner by tracking the data behind it. Like, what are your objective key results? What are your key performance indicators?
Yep. You said a couple great things. A lot of things near and dear to my heart as a person who has spent his career helping companies and people maximize their sales potential, and do it in a way that is beneficial to their client, even more than is beneficial to them. So we could talk for hours just about that topic in and of itself. But yes, most dentists in general don't view themselves as salespeople, and when they have their practice, they don't even desire, in a sense, because sometimes sales seems like a bad word, to manage their office like a sales organization. But a couple of things that you can learn from people that are experts in doing that is, really having KPIs, key performance indicators that you focus on in your business. And you can do that through the process of, like you said, managing a better hygiene schedule, capitalize off the charts that you have in-house, as well as other things that you can do with patient communication and team communication. One of the things that we talk about a lot of Dental Nachos, Dr. Nacho talks about it all the time, is how to have conversations with your patients. So one of the things I'm going to throw out there while you guys are texting things, if you text TOUGH, TOUGH, to 215-543-6454, you'll get a course on how to have tough conversations, a CE course on how to have tough conversations with your patients, which can really help with your case acceptance and really get your team on the same page. So this is all great stuff. Darius, you give great advice, not just what you do, the service that you provide, but just the advice that you can give with your expertise is great for a lot of people. So how do people reach out to you to connect with you and learn more?
Send me an email, Darius@paradental.com. We can set up a time to chat. I appreciate the kind words, Brandon. Yes, I do like to give my 2 cents based on what I see and what I've experienced. Um, and hopefully we can get you going with a specialist too at the same time.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Check out Pear Dental. Text Pear to 215-543-6454 to connect with them through Dental Nachos. And thank you once again, Darius, for sharing as always.
Thanks for having me.